Then what time is it? Hold that position, 10 o'clock, and nod.
Go!
You know, I think what we want to do is just, we're going to cover the basics, the fundamentals of riding them, but it's going to take just getting that experience with the right stock. And that's what I have. I have the right kind of livestock for you to get on, where you can, because you're learning, you're going to make a mistake. It's being able to stay on the back of that bull long enough to correct it, or try to correct it, and learn to ride him by feel. And that's basically what we're doing, is learning how to ride by feel. Is probably the most correct way we can say that. And then at the end of the day, you know, keeping your feet down and your hands shut, you know. But there's a technique to that. It's a balance point, and I'm going to show it. I'm going to show you some stuff here in just a minute. But the biggest deal is, for me, is that you have been on. You've had the gate come open. You've had them to come out. Because a lot of guys that come out here, they've never rode before or something, and I go over the how-to, but as soon as the buck and shoot gate comes open, they forget everything. It's kind of a three-step deal for me. I do basic training on the barrel. I call that dry work. And then, like when we're like the girls that train out here with me, they ride a horse a lot. And what it does, it helps them learn their balance and their timing, okay? So, and then they'll ride that horse up a hill and down a hill. And the same maneuver that it takes to stay on that horse going up the hill is the same maneuver it takes to ride a bull, jumping, okay? And so you can mimic, train riding a bull on the back of a horse bareback. No saddle, just bareback. And that's one of the ways that I think makes them girls as good as they are, sped up their ability to learn and their coachability, is they understand before they ever really got on a bunch of bulls, they had been on them horses and jumping stuff, jumping logs, setting up jumps, and riding up hills and hollers and stuff. And so when we train, when they're training, they cross it up. They don't just always get on bucking bulls. They get on them horses. They'll do their dry work to get their muscle, their thought process going. This is what my subconscious, this is what I want you to do. Then they take that step and go over to the horse, where the horse is moving forward and going up a hill, down a hill. So now we're incorporating muscles that we've never used before, and we're feeling it. And again, the one thing I love about training on a horse bareback is this. Let's say you go to a practice pen. Well, hell, we'll just use it right now. We're going to get on 3 bulls here in a little bit, okay? Well, when we get on that bull, theoretically, you're just going to ride that bull for 8 seconds, right? That's the rule. Then the buzzer goes off. It's time to get off of him in 8 seconds. Well, that's packing. You've got 8 seconds is pretty quick. Now, when you're on the back of him, it takes forever, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, 8 seconds is pretty quick. And so what happens is we're learning something in 8 seconds. Well, that's pretty quick, right? So we have to repeat that a whole bunch of times, a whole bunch of 8 seconds to get it down, right? But if I got on the back of a horse and made my horse walk up a hill, down a hill, jump something, I can do that for 8 minutes, 8 hours. So now I'm on the back of that. I'm learning constantly. I've got more time invested. So then you go from barrel, horse, to the bull. So you got it's a 3-step deal for what I prefer. Now there's a lot of kids, there's a lot of people that can't afford a horse or don't have access to a horse. That's understandable, okay? So now we're just up to practice pins. We got to go get on the right practice bulls somewhere. So now we're up to 8 seconds. We got to practice in 8 seconds. We got to get our shit together in 8 seconds. And that's the way it is. I mean, tons and tons and tons and tons of bull riders have developed and learned that way. You know what I'm saying? I bet Cody Hart's probably one of them, you know? But it took a whole bunch of 8 seconds to get the shit right, to get dialed in, okay? Where I think, there's no shortcut to anything. But I think the way we can do this is you can help speed the process by incorporating a horse in there, if possible. So the barrel, stationary barrel, it's just basically it's a trash barrel. We cut the ends out of it, squish it down, put some carpet on it so it's got some padding to it. And this is it's just sitting on a sawhorse. Okay, something that you can put in your bedroom, in a garage, or barn, or wherever, and train all the time. Okay, so the fundamentals. Okay, this is something that you got to go to every day, every moment. Okay, when you get up here on this bull, the first thing you want to be is I call it being tall, being nice and tall. Okay, see how straight our back is and everything. Okay, so one of the things is going to be a checklist. Okay, is we want to put a nice little bend in our leg. Okay, we don't want to get on our bull and then just drop our feet down. Okay, because we don't want to grip with our heel, we want to grip with our leg. Okay, and so if I've got a nice little bend, I can grip with my leg. Okay, that's squeezing that bull with my legs. Okay, so now it don't take a whole lot of bend, but you want something. Okay, theoretically, when you get in here, whenever you're, and you want to do this on this barrel because it's muscle memory. It's training your muscle memory. Okay, theoretically what you're going to want is your heel in line with your hip in line with your shoulder in line with your ear. So if you drew a line, you're in a correct position. Okay, so that's a start. That's our very first thing we want to do. That's our checklist. Okay. Okay. Bull riding, all the bull's doing is jumping and kicking. Okay. I visualize it as a teeter-totter, like it's a teeter-totter, right? And that's how I see it. I'm on a teeter-totter, and I'm sitting in the middle of the teeter-totter. Okay. So what we're looking at is the bull's just jumping and kicking. In order for the bull to go forward, his front feet have to come off the ground. Okay, he has to come off the ground, and then he can only go straight, or he can go right, or he can go left. Okay, but he can't go nowhere until his front feet come up. Okay, and when his front feet come up, he's in forward motion. He's moving. Okay, so that's what we have to learn to counter, because when his front feet come up and he's moving away from us, it's like you gassing the gas pedal. You whoa, okay? Because all you're going to feel is pressure trying to pull you back. Okay, leaning you back here. The way the bull's going to buck you off is on the kick, because what the bull's going to do, he's going to take off, try to lean you back, kick, and shove you off of him. Okay, from the kick. Okay, so we're going to manage that. That's what we're trying to manage. That's what we're going to learn to do, is manage the jump and the kick. That's all we're doing. We ain't worrying about riding that bull that spins, because the bull that's spinning is jumping and kicking. He's just doing it in a real tight circle. Okay, the bull that's spinning is just jumping and kicking. So if we going to learn our basic bull riding is jumping and kicking, and this is the position I want you to move with. I want you to come with. Okay, so the bull comes up in the front. I want you to take your free arm and go to 10 o'clock. We call it, what time is it? David Berry time. We're going to place that wrist right there. Okay, and then we're going to drive our shoulder out here. Boom. The bull's coming up and moving. Well, she's going with him right now. Okay, and then she's going to catch the kick. As she catches the kick, she's going to shove her belly button out. Boom. And then place her wrist right over the top of her hat, her cowboy hat. Okay, so now she's at high noon, what I call high noon, on the kick, and then she's going to go 10 o'clock, and then high noon, and then 10 o'clock, and then high noon, and then 10 o'clock. Okay, that's what we're going to do. That's the positioning I want you to train in. Okay, and I'm going to put you on here in just a second. But with that said, you're not a phone app. You're not a computer program. Okay, you have to feel this to react to this, okay? And so what I'm saying is though, but you are programming your mind, you're programming your body to do this. Although, but in order for you to program it and do it correctly, you've got to feel it to program it. And that goes back to using your imagination here. If you have access to that horse, pretend there, and then get on that bull. And so you're adding that all together and you're programming your mind to ride bulls. And this is the correct way, drive up, to ride that bull, okay? This, in this moment, this positioning right here, what she's right here, is what I found is the most successful, staying on the back of a bull. And then catch the kick, just that simple, okay? Now in order, she can do this in her sleep, but she also does it on the back of a bull because she's repetitively did this over and over and over. She don't know any other way. If she was to go to somebody else and have them train her or coach her, she's going to go back to this habit because this is what she's developed. This is her now, okay? That's what you want it to become you, okay? So, but what we're doing is when that bull rears, he's taking off, go with him, and then he's going to drop and kick, and then he's going to come back up, and he's going to drop and kick, then he's going to come back up, and he's going to drop and kick. Okay? And so what we're doing is countering that move. We're riding that teeter-totter. But the whole thing makes bull riding, the only way a bull can buck you off, he don't buck you off when he comes up in the front. He bucks you off when he kicks. Well, how does that get me on the ground? How he gets you on the ground is he slides you back away from your bull rope, and then he kicks, throws you off of him. Okay? So we're countering that, where he can't slide me back here, where he's going to have all that power and that kick, that power that comes from that kick. But you've got to keep yourself leveled out, nice and tall, nice and correct, and square with that as much as you can, okay, with that bull. We're riding this bull like he's jumping and kicking. But if that bull is to be spinning, he's just jumping and kicking. We're going to be doing some of the basics right here, okay? But we're not worried about that spinning bull. We're worried about riding that jump kick correctly right now, okay? So, all right, do it again. Post up to me. 10 o'clock, that's right. You'll catch the kick. That's right. Do it again. 10 o'clock, catch the kick. That's right. Do it again. That's right. Catch the kick. Okay. So one of the things you're doing, and you're doing it not all by yourself, but post up. So what you're doing is you're moving your belly button out in front of your handle. You're doing that by yourself, okay? That's getting you in that right angle right there. And then catch the kick, shove the belly button. So I use the belly button as a target. And I'm using the word post up. I'm using the phrase 10 o'clock or David Berry time as a trigger word, okay? Putting that belly button out in front of my handle. That's where it's got to be in order to ride a really rank bull. And then catch the kick, I use that as a trigger word, high noon. So that if I ever catch myself and my arms drifted out here during the kick, all I got to do is just say something to myself, imaginary, just privately, in my high noon. And when I say high noon, it's going to correct itself instead of staying out here doing whatever it wants to because they don't know what to do. Well, if I say high noon, now it has an order and that's there. Okay, so we give it an order and it responds. Okay, so I like the trigger word, 10 o'clock, Dave Berry time, whatever, and then high noon. That way, as I'm riding, I can use those words and my arm, my free arm will respond, okay? Because I give it a job. I give it something to do. Gripping and squeezing when he takes off, okay? We got to grip and squeeze and go with that bull, okay? So that's what you're doing, is grip, squeeze. And you're like, well, what's my spurs for? If you ride bulls correctly, you really don't have to have them things on. The spurs are only for two reasons, okay? One is if you get off over here, you get a hold of your spur, pull yourself back in the middle of him, okay? The other reason is when you post up, your feet are going to try to go behind you a little bit. They're going to hit in his belly and quit going. That's all it's for. The girls will train, relax. The girls will train out here most of the time without even wearing spurs, okay? Because when you take your spurs off, One, it makes you have to put a bend in your leg and grip with your leg. If you're just wearing spurs, sometimes you want to just tend to just use your spur. You're going to go where you look. Weirdest thing in the world. But wherever you're looking is where you're going. Okay? I'll be driving down the road, and I love looking at people's pastures, what the kind of cows they got and stuff, and I'll find myself almost in the ditch because I'm looking and my body starts going that way. Okay? So when you go to get off, you're looking forward here, but when you go to get off, turn your eyes and get off. Yep. Okay? Always turn your eyes. Always look back to the back. Find his tail is what I tell everybody. Okay? So, all right. Well, you got all your stuff here, girls. Let's push some bulls in here, and we'll load up 3 of them, and let me see what I want to start with. So right now we're bringing our bulls in, and we're going to get on 3 practice bulls, school bulls, and it's just I'm running through my head as I see the bulls walking by and stuff. What 3 will match up my rider the best? What's the 3 matchup bulls? And so I just kind of running that through my mind as I see them, because I believe that the right matchups go a long ways, and I just think it's extremely important for the experience that we got to have that we're needing. And girls, they got to push them all together, get them all together, and then we'll bring them in here and sort off the 3 that I choose. So we're going to start with this yellow. It's got that 2X on his hip right there. That's the bull we'll start with. So on the back of these bulls, back here, there's a pivot point on his back. Okay?
If you can get that plug in close.
And so it's going to be, it's a little notch right here. So how you find it, it's right here at the end of his shoulder muscles, right here. Okay, so how I always found it was when I pulled my rope up, I'd put my rope above his shoulders, look right there, still has some muscle back here. Pull it snug, pull it back, that's where it goes. Okay? You can feel a little dip right here. That's the knuckle in his backbone, where when his back flexes, that's his knuckle, is right there. Okay? So you're gonna put your hand in. Don't shove your hand all the way in next to your thumb. Pull it out here to your knuckles.
Yes.
Your grip is in your fingers, okay? So we want it out here. Don't shove it out all the way in there, okay? Put your hand against the block. Have your guy pull it where it's tight or snug, okay? Have you been taking a wrap or no?
Have I been taking a wrap?
Yeah?
Yes.
Like through here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you take your wrap, back in, okay? When you pull it, you want this backbone in between your pinky finger and your ring finger, okay? So it's up here on top, okay? You don't want it down here or over here. Then you scoot up here as close as you can. Drop your feet, nice little bend. Okay.
Oh, got to open it now?
Okay. So you're going to position yourself just like you was on that barrel. It's okay. And then go with him. Okay? Does that make sense, Ish? All right.
You saw your knot, David. She almost opened it.
I kind of, for that moment, I kind of thought, I can do this.
And he got over it.
Yeah.
And it's just Carl anyways. He's a cool boy. Hey, don't keep him back here and well, I thought
That's just the chute, boss. Get up there as close as you can. Real close. Put that bend in there. Yep. Then what time is it? Hold that position, 10 o'clock, and nod.
Go!
You're good. Okay. Okay, can you see it? Okay.
My arm went out.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Yeah,
where.
whenever I fell off.
Mm-hmm. That's where it all went to heck for you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Nice out of there. Very nice. Okay. No. Go out there with him. Got that? What time is it? He's moving forward. Okay. He really comes up in the front there. See his front feet coming up, moving. You're moving with him. Okay. There's that angle. That's where you're supposed to be. Then catch the kick. High noon. That's exactly what you was coached or showed. Okay. So that's a good sign for me that you're coachable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're absorbing. Okay. So then all it tells me, you just need experience with the right instructions here. Now you just need some experience ish. Okay. Back out there to him. That's right. Move with him. That's right. That's and I do this over and over because that's an affirmation to me. You're moving with that bull.
I need to keep my chest out.
Mm-hmm. You're that's good. There's the kick. High noon. What we do at high noon? Mm-hmm. Shove that belly button and then out there to him. 10 o'clock. Okay, there he is. He's moving forward. You see us?
That's whenever my arm.
Yep, that's where you're drifted out here. Okay. And we talked about that a little bit. Once we drift out here with that arm, drop it down, things are going to come. You don't necessarily drop it down, but you let him get in front of you. See how you're leaning back and he's moving forward?
Yeah.
We should be, that's right. We should be going with him. That's right. Yep. So once he beats us, see how bad he sets us back behind. So here's our bull rope right there. Remember we talked about how a bull bucks you off? Is he gets you from here back to here. Okay, so he starts drifting you back there, and you just there's that jump again, and then where's that? Where should you be and where are you at?
Should be.
Because
he's going.
He's coming up.
But I was.
That's right. Yep. See that? So what's that going to do? Set you plumb flat on your butt. Okay. Because when you post up, you want to post up and you can hold yourself and while he's moving, right? So, but when your arm's out here, you can't post up and hold yourself. You're gonna wind up coming back. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Okay. So as he gets in front of you, there's that leap again. There's that move. He's got you flat on your butt. Okay. Instead up here, up on them legs. Yep. Okay. Really on the kick. There's the kick. He's got you just behind him. And again, here's our bull rope. Okay. So he's got us back there to where he can buck us off, okay? So, and the only way he bucked you off, the only reason he got you out here is that dead gum free arm back there, okay? Then he gets you off to the side. When you get to this point, go ahead and be opening that hand, okay?
Yes.
You know, once you get to this point on him, get off, okay? So, a lot of bad things can happen when you're out there like that, okay? So. And what you don't want to do is wreck out while you're training. Okay, look at that. Perfect. Look at that. Bull's moving forward, moving forward. What time is it? Right? Now, as he gets out here, we kind of drifts out in front of us, okay? What did that feel like to you?
First couple jumps felt good, and then I let my free arm go. And I was falling.
Could you tell it went out here on you, or could you feel it out there? Or?
Yeah, I could feel it out there. Cause I'll, but
So,
I need to have getting it back here.
So how you do that is when you feel it out here and you're like, it ain't supposed to be out there, say something to yourself. What time is it? It'll give that arm a command. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you moving it, it'll move itself. What time is it? You give that arm a command. Get back out there. So just say what time is it to yourself. If you feel it out here, okay? All right, it's a sold out crowd. They're standing on their feet. Get up there close. Bend. Nice.
Let's go. Go.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
As soon as I came out of the gate, it's off.
Mm-hmm. You stomped your foot right there, huh?
I thought it was on the back.
Really? Let's see here. That might have been a rock you landed on. Yeah, he's got you. He's wondering. He almost like he almost pulled your boot off right there. He stomped you pretty good. Get that hand up. So when you come off, kiddo, like this right here, try to get back up on your feet. Okay. Try not to just lay there and drag. Okay. So see how you're dragging?
Yeah.
Now your feet, you're underneath here. He can grab it and step on you and break a leg. But if you'll try, and you can do this, but try to get back up on your feet and go with him. Okay, stay with him. Okay, and I know that's hard when you're hung up. A lot of things are going through your mind, but the last thing you really want to do is be dragging underneath him like that right there, because that's how you get hurt. Okay, and I mean, you can help yourself out a little bit. Okay, so just try to get, when you feel yourself, just think, get on your feet, and go with him. Okay, that way you don't drag underneath him. All right, let's see what we got going. Okay, so as we go out here, he's moving, but we're going to drop down instead of holding our post, which a post is, when I say post, I think of a wooden post, something solid, going out there and holding, okay? So we don't want to drop here. We want to post up at 10 o'clock, David Berry time. Yep, and hold that. Don't let that drop on you. Okay, then you catch the kick. So there's the kick, right? See the angle, right? There's the angle. But where are you at? You're kind of like this. You're kind of bent out to him. Where should you be? That's right, belly button out, right? Being tall. Okay, always remember that. Be tall. Okay, so you're going to shove that belly button, get away from that hump in your back. Okay, because that hump in the back sets you down on your butt more. Okay. And any time they go to separating us back here from that bull rope, we get back in this area, that's how that bull's going to buck us off. That's how he gets us on the ground, okay? Okay, so there's that leap. And we're back here. He's got a slid back here quite a ways, okay? Then he's going to drop and kick. There's the kick. Where's our free arm at? Where is it supposed to be? Over high noon. Yep, high noon, 10 o'clock, or not 10 o'clock, high noon. Instead, we got it out here. Okay, so what's that going to do? It's going to set us down again, and then we're going to drop it and reach around. So as you drop your elbow past your shoulders, it pulls you. See it pulling you over? As it pulls you, and then you reach around, it turns the hips to that outside. Do you see that? Well, watch again. Anytime you drop this elbow past your shoulders, it's going to pull you out. And then when you twist your hips out here, it puts you out here to this outside. Watch, you're going to drop and reach around. And see your upper body, what it does, how it drops you and twists you? Okay. So, bulls, you remember how I say you ride by feel, right? Bulls buck by feel. Okay. So he feels more your weight over here.
So he's going to
So he's going to go this, he's not going to help you, okay? Very seldom, very rarely will they ever help you, you know what I mean? So he's in this right lead, that means he's coming this way, okay? So he's not going to help you at all, and he just drops you way too far out there. Now when you feel yourself in this bind, start taking control of the best you can. Don't just let things happen. Start trying to take control of it and land, try to get back on your feet. That way when you're up on your feet too, you can take the when you're down there dragging, you're putting pressure on your hand and it ain't going to come loose. But when you're up here and you can on your feet, you can wiggle your hand out there, okay? But when you drag, you get up underneath them, and they'll stomp you. They'll hurt you, okay? Again, up here, that ain't as dangerous. But when you get down here with these bulls, that's when it gets really, really dangerous, okay? I've lost a couple of my friends from this, and they didn't die riding up here. They died when they got on the ground with them, okay? So, but you can see what I'm training on. You've seen the two bulls I've put you on so far, okay? They're not overmatching you. You're still able to make a mistake and could correct it, you know what I'm saying? You didn't just make a mistake and wow, right? You just kind of gradually bucked off, right? That's what you want to practice on for right now, if you can find that, okay? But what you don't want to do is go to a practice pen and you make this mistake and you hit the ground, okay? I want you to, because I know you're going to make a mistake or you wouldn't be here, right? So I want you to make a mistake and then learn how to correct it, but still be up on him. And that's why I train them. Now, they all don't buck like this. I mean, some of them are better than others. But when you make these three get stupid, then I'll move you up a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm going to challenge you. We can't grow without a challenge, okay? So, now, with that said, I want you to do your drills for me. What's our first thing we do? What's our first step?
Squeeze.
Yep. Squeeze with the inside, post up. And you're going to be saying, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock, David Berry time. Then catch the kick, high noon. High noon. Yep, nice and tall, shove the belly button, come back out to me. What time is it? 10 o'clock, David Berry time. Catch the kick, high noon.
That's awesome.
What's he doing, kiddo?
He always leans like he
Yeah.
does.
He's squeezing all right.
Yeah, just slide on in there. There you go. That a boy. There you go.
I think keep it up on that one instead.
It took Jody to start cooking for her diet for me to. I had dropped a lot, but I wasn't going any further until she
Yeah.
started cooking a lot later.
Yeah. Yes. All right.
Well, she started anyway to eat.
It's got some fun now. Yeah. Daily camp.
Just get in that position. Wiggle push.
He's falling on it. Yeah, he's going down. He's going down. He's going down. Wait, get out of the rope.
He won't lay
There you
down.
go. There you go. That does hurt. I
Got a
He's awful about it though.
roll. Is it hung in there, or can you catch it?
It's just right down there.
Okay.
Yeah, he can get it. Maybe. You want a longer hook?
All right, kiddo.
Maybe you should put one
Yeah.
hook. Oh, he is. He just went. That's not comfortable. One hook is like Linda, rock high. Easy. Definitely not Big Daddy. He likes to do this whammy stuff when we shoot back. He's like, well, why? He likes to jump up and shoot. Yeah, he's wet. We're not ready. You got it. Daily, put it.
Let's go!
Sit up! Sit up!
Go! Let go! No! Get out of there! Get out of there! Get up!
Okay. He's gone.
You okay?
Yep.
Yeah, start. Let's go here.
As soon as I came out again. Yep.
But you were corrected and you sat back up there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But again, remember how I talked about, I want you to You're going to make a mistake. I don't want you to, but you're going to make a mistake. But I want you to still be on his back to correct it and get your ass right back there where you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? That's how we learn. That's how we get better. Okay? And then he just, there's that big rear coming up here. Okay? We got to go up here with him. Okay? We got to get up on our legs and get off that butt. See how flat you're sitting on your butt? Okay? So that don't work. Okay? So, but again, as we sit on our butt, then there's that rear. Look how far back he's got us here.
Yes, sir.
And then how's that bull gets us off his back? He slides us back here and then kicks.
And that hook. Up.
Yep. And then in that free arm, there we go. Okay. And then one thing is you don't open your hand. You're trying, bearing your butt down, which is good and bad, because once you get to this point, you kind of want that hand out there, and then he meets you down there on the ground.
Yes, sir.
What did I say about bull riding? It's dangerous on the ground, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Gosh dang it, kiddo.
Move it. Nice.
Well, that's it, kid. That's all I know right there. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, but as far as it goes, that's all I know. It's just information, and it's just information I give you, and that's something you gotta go work on and put it together. And if you believe in the information I give you, trust it, then go work at it. Put work in. If it makes sense to you. But give it a chance.
Yes.
Give it a chance, and then, but just let's try to find you. Let's try to ride that horse. Get you a horse to ride. Get you that barrel to ride. Putting in this direction that I gave you, this information. Give it time to process. All the books say it takes 21 days to create that habit, and I believe that. So 21, 30 days. Give it a chance. Consistently train. And then get on a horse and train. And then let's get on some bulls and train. Let's get on the right bulls though, okay? I got a friend of mine up in Oklahoma, Meeker, Oklahoma, that has a practice pen just like these bulls that you can go learn on, that you can learn and train on. And then I'm gonna ask around and see if I can find you a practice pen down in Texas, down there around you, that have these type of bulls. You know what I mean? So that you can hone what you're learning, okay? Because again, I want you're going to make a mistake, but I want you to still be on that bull's back where you can correct it, okay? So that's all I know.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.